There was nothing sure, at least for the first 7 to 9 days. You had to make sure that you had water, you had to make sure that you had food, you had to make sure you had a way to keep your food safe, at a safe temperature, that you could get ice, that you could take a bath. United Federal Credit Union, they were calling us on a every other day basis. They were calling everybody. Do you have what you need here? Do you have what you need here? Their attitude, their actions, and their consistency has not changed with us at all.
When I came here and saw everything that I'd worked for all these years just gone, I felt like everything was over. Our insurance didn't cover this because it was mud and flood, so there was a lot of overwhelming devastation.
Once we kind of got settled in, and this is what it's going to be like the next couple of days, we were just trying to reach out to our families and friends and see if they needed anything. It's kind of, surreal when can't get the lights to work, there's no power. The things that you daily have that just suddenly went away, you're just kind of in survival mode.
Depending on where you lived, your neighbor could have everything and you could have nothing. And the neighbors got together and they helped each other. I grew up here, that's just here. That's how here is. That's how we grew up. I did not think it out of the normal. I just got to see it magnified.
So the survival of this storm came down to neighbor helping neighbor. It came down to neighbor loving neighbor, neighbors checking on neighbors. It just showed the strength and the power that makes Henderson County so great.
We kind of took an inventory of all the cash that we had all in the branches and just tried to do all we could to give as many members the cash that they needed to get their day-to-day things.
It was amazing to see any able-bodied person was out, not just worried about their property, but they were out trying to help who they could. And that even goes to people that had their homes destroyed or weren't there anymore. They were out there helping because they knew people needed help.
Kim, who was the branch manager at the time, she made sure that anything that I couldn't get money in the bank for at that moment was covered. She checked on us to make sure everything was okay. She set our account up so that we had kind of a grace period to get, our money into the bank because everything was closed down. Then they came with gift cards supporting us, hey, this is a little something from all of us and the girls at the tellers, and they always checked on us and cared about us, for sure.
United as a corporation came together and raised a significant amount of money that was put back into the community through some of those nonprofits to try to help folks in the community, including our members. So one of the primary donations was $8,500 that United came together, and the employees of United came together with those funds, and we donated that to Man a Food Bank. There were a lot of needs where people were running out of food. People didn't have power. Their food in their refrigerators or their freezers had gone bad. And so that was part of what we tried to do to meet some of those needs for the community.
We were using phones to just reach out and make that touchstone to be like, hey, is everything all right? How are you doing? Do we need to start working on insurance claims for you? Do we need to defer a payment, to make sure that you're comfortable and that you can worry on the things that are most important in your life right now, which may not be the banking stuff. That will keep, but we're here for you when you need us.
We did our whole West North Carolina Strong, t-shirts. All the employees had the t-shirts and just showing support in all the different ways that we could. But the biggest thing was just trying to do all we could to make it feel like home again.
In a lot of ways, it shows the resilience of our own community. I think there's a bit of a mirror there. We started off, in a situation that was a little bit rough, But we've come into a much better situation, and to watch everything come together, rebuilding in the community, making sure our members were taken care of, I think is super impactful as well.